Welcome into the Talking Fantasy Baseball Podcast Midweek Minutes edition on Tuesday, July 1st. My name is Eric Henriksen. On each Midweek Minutes, we'll be bringing you the biggest news and notes you need to know. Before we get started, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. We're available on all major podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and the Odyssey app. And give us a like, leave us a 5-star rating, or a thumbs up. It really helps us out a lot. Friendly programming reminder for you. Our next episode will be July 11th because of the July 4th holiday. So no episode this Friday. It is July 4th. And no midweek minutes next week as well. But we will be back on Friday, July 11th with a full feature-length episode. So with that out of the way, let's jump right in. Chase Burns was absolutely rocked yesterday to the tune of 7 runs, 5 earned, while only recording 1 out on 33 pitches against the Red Sox at Fenway. Not a great way to start off your week in your leagues, but please remain patient with him. He does have a bit of a gauntlet to start his major league career, the Yankees, for his debut, and he looked great with striking out the first 5 hitters he faced. He got demolished yesterday by the Red Sox, and he's at the Phillies later this week as well. But if he can get through that gauntlet, sunnier skies are probably on the horizon for Chase Burns. He's got great stuff. He's very talented. And chalk this one up to that's baseball. It happens. He had a poor defensive performance behind him from his teammates, and he just couldn't get it together yesterday. But please remain patient with Chase Burns. I still anticipate him being a top 30 pitcher for your fantasy team the rest of the way. Over to Burns' teammate, Noelvi Marte. He had his rehab delayed over the weekend due to rain. However, he did play both ends of a doubleheader on Sunday, so we're waiting on news to see if he's going to be activated or if he's going to continue his rehab for his oblique, because he was supposed to play in 5 games at AA, and he only played in 4. And now the AA team is going to go on a road trip, so we're not sure if he's going to get sent with the AA squad or if he's going to be activated or moved to AAA. But he's looked decent enough on his rehab. It is the summer, and the ball starts flying out of Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati about this time of year, so could be a good time to pick up Marte if he was dropped in your league with this oblique injury that he suffered. So if he's available, maybe go speculatively add him, because I believe he's going to be activated sometime within the next week. Another injury, another oblique injury. Wyatt Langford will begin a rehab assignment this week for his oblique injury, but he's already scheduled to return on Saturday versus the Padres, assuming that all goes well. He was doing fine before he injured his oblique in May, and then it's kind of all been downhill from there. Probably because he got messed up mechanically. So hopefully this time off has served him well. He still absolutely looks like a stud in the making. Do not sell low on Wyatt Langford. If you're in keeper and dynasty leagues, hold on tight. He has the chance to come back and be a real difference maker like he was in the second half last year. And last up, the number 1 ranked fantasy player on Yahoo over the last week with 8 runs scored, 2 homers, 13 RBIs, a stolen base, and a .423 batting average is none other than Otto Lopez of the Miami Marlins. And in June, he hit .301 with 4 homers and 4 stolen bases. The one thing holding him back from being a very rosterable fantasy player, other than the fact that he plays on the Marlins, is his average exit velocity isn't great. Now, that being said, his hardest hit ball this season is harder than Francisco Lindor's hardest hit ball this season. So he's really just hitting the ball hard consistently away from being possibly a 5-category stud, because he only strikes out about 13.5% of the time. He's got great bat-to-ball skills. His XBA is 290, 300. This is a guy who can hit. So if he can just hit the ball hard consistently, perhaps he will be a very useful fantasy player, because he does have 9 stolen bases to go along with those 8 home runs. But that does it for this edition of Midweek Minutes. Josh and I will be back next week with an all-new full-length episode on Friday, July 11th. So please subscribe. We're available on all major podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and the Odyssey app. Give us a like, a 5-star rating, a kind review. We will read them all. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, drop us a message. For Talking Fantasy Baseball's Midweek Minutes, I'm Eric Hendrickson saying Happy July 4th. And thank you for sticking with us for the first half of the season, and we'll see you next week.